welcome to another Dragonlance Saga episode. Today I am playing through the Dragonwand of Krynn. This is the one-on-one adventure gamebook written by Greg Fahlgren and Nancy Fahlgren and released on October 1st, 1987. It is, I actually don't know what today's actual date is for the Solamnia calendar. Let me look really quick. I mean, why not? I should have probably done this before, but... Alright, it is Braca, Paleswelt, the 14th. Yeah, that's right. It's not the 14th at all. It's the 21st. I meant to do this last week, obviously. And my name is Adam. Alright, so I'd like to take a moment and thank my collaborator patrons, the Heroes of the Lance, and invite you to consider becoming a patron or member of this channel by visiting the links in the description below. You can even pick up Dragonlance gaming materials using my affiliate link. So there are 11 total of these adventure game books, this one-on-one adventure game books. This is the 10th of them, and it's the only Dragonlance specific version. Each story in this series was released as a box set containing 2 books. The books are designed for 2 players, with each person taking a different book and controlling different characters. Most of the stories are set in the world of TSR role-playing games, mainly Advanced Dungeons & Dragons and Marvel superheroes, though the second book is a generic space opera. Today we're playing through the Dragonwand of Krynn, and this is kind of like a Session 0 episode, because the truth is, I've never played this before. It's supposed to be played with 2 people, and you're supposed to be like racing to see who gets the Dragon Wand first. So what I'm going to do is encounter room after encounter room, and sort of just switch back and forth between Lord Patrick and Lord Ariakan. And I hope you're going to be okay with joining me on this, because it's going to be a lot of fun. If there's ever a moment when you can give me feedback on, a choice, because there are choices to make in this, I'm going to open that up to the channel audience. And if you want to participate, go ahead and throw it up there in the live chat, and we can do this together. But again, this is kind of a Session 0. So let me show you the board that we're looking at. Of course, we've got the 2 books here. It's going to be a 20-sided dice, and you have a bit of like a combat table here to determine if someone hits, if they don't hit, etc. Now, as I mentioned, you see the character sheet here on the side of the screen. This needs to be filled out. And so this Session 0, this first part of this read-through game book here, is very much going to be me filling these out, learning the rules, and then diving in a little bit. And then here you can see Lord Ariakan and his friends. This seems really complex for a sort of a choose-your-adventure game. Even as far as like the adventure game books go, this seems a little bit complex for that. So we're going to do what we can to try to have a little bit of fun with it. And hopefully the story is going to be good enough to make us want to continue doing this together, you know what I mean? So, let's go ahead and start. Let's start with Lord Ariakan. We're going to go through the rules, we're going to fill out the character sheet, and then we'll jump over to Lord Patrick. There's less to fill out on his, as you can see here. All spells are already chosen, and it shows you how many. Now, I made these little sheets. This does not come with it. Just to give you a bit of an example here, this is how they present the character sheets in the actual game book itself, which is a little insane to me. I just wanted to make it simpler and easier. I'll make sure that these character sheets, which are PDF forms, are available on my website, DragonLance-Saga.com, for those of you who may want to use them in the future. But yeah, let's go through this. Let's figure this out. All right, read this section first, it says. Your story so far. Oh, you know what? Let's start with Lord Patrick. Lord Ariakan. My bad. I gotta say something about Lord Ariakan. Lord Ariakus is the original dragon Highlord that was, in the War of the Lance. Lord Ariakan, morning Thomas, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining live. Lord Ariakan is his son with, I think, Zeboim. He named him Ariakan. So his name is Ariakan Ariakus. Come on, what are you doing? You might as well have named him Sue. Like, honestly. All right. So, the story so far. The Wardlands has been over for several months when Elistan, head of the renewed Church of Paladine, sent several clerics guarded by some knights of Solamnia to the library of Kristan in Tarsis. Their purpose was to find what information they could about the temples that had existed before the world was turned topsy-turvy by the cataclysm. After days of sorting through books and scrolls, they fell apart when touched. They came upon a map that showed where a temple called the Temple of the Dragon had stood in Tarsis. A scroll that was tied to the map referred to a powerful magical device called the Dragonwand, which was kept in the temple. It appeared to have been created by the clerics of old, just as the dragon orbs had been during the War of the Dragons, the first War of the Dragons. Unfortunately, before the excited searchers could find out what powers the Dragonwand possessed, a band of roving draconians entered the library and attacked. All of the knights and all but 2 of the clerics were killed by the evil reptiles, which had been created by the Queen of Darkness. One cleric, seriously wounded, made his way back to Palanthas and Elistan. The other cleric was captured by the draconians and brought before you, Lord Ariakan. With some encouragement on your part, before he died and the meddling cleric revealed what he knew about the Temple of the Dragon and its mysterious dragon wand. Perhaps the dragon wand will be the answer to your search for the special powers that will allow you to avenge your father's murder. You must find this temple and locate the dragon wand before anyone else does. Elistan will, you know, send someone to follow up on the cleric's discoveries. Prepare yourself to go in search of the Dragonwand of Krynn. All right, so this is you. Oh, geez, I got coffee here. I don't want to spill it. Ariakan. Let's go over the rules, shall we? Figure this out together. Rules. Object of the game. The object is to find the Dragonwand of Krynn. But first, you must search the Temple of the Dragons located somewhere in Tarsis. Your prime concern is to find the Dragonwand before anyone else does. Allies. You have 2 companions, the fighter Clem and the cleric Gnarl, by your side, but you are not adverse to accepting any help that is offered. Your 2 companions will help you fight your battles. You, your companions, and any extra allies you pick up along the way share damage in any way you choose. However, your extra allies will die before you and your 2 companions do. Okay, so I get to choose who takes hits. That's nice. Movement turn. Lord Patrick and his party go first and read The Adventure Begins, then make a note on the next page to read. It is then your turn. Once you have read your introduction on page 19 and decide where to go first, tell Lord Patrick reader it is his turn again. When it is your turn once more, go to the page you selected, read it, and then make your choice. The 2 readers alternate back and forth until one of you wins. When an enemy or a monster is encountered and you either have chosen to fight or must flee it, the encounter must be resolved during that movement turn before you can decide where to go next. Okay, so I have to start with Lord Patrick instead of Lord Ariakan, but I'm still going to fill it out, the character sheet, so that you all can see that process before we just dive into the story and just start running with it, you know what I mean? Temple movement. You will know you are in the Temple of the Dragon when the name of the room you enter for the first time is listed at the top of the page. Keep track of the rooms and areas you have visited. For your convenience, a list of the rooms and areas in the Temple of the Dragon has been provided in the bookmark at the back of the book. What? Oh, okay, right there. Description of combat. Combat occurs when you attack or are attacked by a monster or another character. All combat encounters follow the same sequence of events except when changes are indicated in the text. Attacker and defender. One of you is the attacker and the other is the defender. This alternates from combat turn to combat turn in all battles in order to give each player a fair chance to score against the other. Morning, Anton. How you doing? Thanks for joining live. Oh, great. Hey, it's my pleasure to give you that content, man. I love this world too, and that's why I'm doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. Let's see. One of you is the attacker, the other is the defender. This alternates from combat turn to combat turn in battles in order to give each player a fair chance to score against the other. The attacker is the first character to strike. The defender is the character reacting to the attack. Lord Patrick and his allies will be the first attacker in most combat situations. Any exceptions will be noted in the text. Encounters. When you fight monsters or other enemies you meet in the text, the other readers take the part of the opponent. For example, suppose you must fight several Draconians. The other reader plays the part of the Draconians, reading the damage on the Draconians receive. Refer to the encounter table beginning on page 150. It lists the hit points and damage of the monsters. Combat turn. The attacker chooses any number between 1 and 20 at random and calls it out without looking at the combat table in the back cover of the book. I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to roll a 20-sided dice. Because I think it's kind of shitty, because once you figure out one good number, you're always going to continue calling out that number, you know? I mean, it seems pretty simple there. The defender also calls out a random number between 1 and 20, and without looking at the combat table. Next, refer to the combat table in the back of the cover. The attacker reads the numbers down the left side of the table, while the defender reads the numbers across the top. Find the number you called out and scan across the table until you reach the row. So basically it's saying, attacker, defender, I'm just going to roll a dice and resolve it that way. That way it's just more random. And it gives you an example. You and your allies will all take your attacks while your opponents act as the defender. Then it is his turn to be the attacker. Okay. So the definition in terms on the combat table, we have X, which is a hit. It's recorded for the attacker. The attacker tells the defender how many hit points or how many points of damage the defender loses from the attacker's weapon and spell. So you can see some of these have X's, some have O's, some have 2X, some are dashes. So an O is a miss. A miss means the attacker did not cause damage this combat turn. 2X is a double hit. A double hit is recorded for the attacker. The defender loses twice the number of hit points as usual in this turn. There's an asterisk on some of them. Let me find, I think it's that little tiny asterisk right there that's not in focus. That is special. This allows the attacker to turn his specials table near the end of the book, unless the text tells you otherwise. Specials simulate some of the unexpected things that can happen in combat situations. Some of these will be to your advantage and some not. The page number you're reading determines the number of the special that affects you. If you encounter more than one special during a battle, use the next consecutive page number. If you have already used that one, go to the next. All right, so specials table is 19 to 90. What? What? Oh, use specials 1 to 10. Use the last digit of the page you are reading. Pages 91 to 149, use 11 to 20. Okay, so where's the specials table? Specials table here, right in the back. Okay. Lord Ariakan and Lord Patrick are the only two who can use specials in combat situations, unless otherwise noted in the text. When conducting combat with allies or monsters, an asterisk is recorded as a miss. X's and O's. That's right, Thomas. It's love. Okay. Spells in combat. Magic users and clerics are the principal spell casters. Only they should use spells unless otherwise stated in the text. Magical items, on the other hand, may be used by anyone. If you come across a situation in which you have no spellcaster, then a player who is normally not a spellcaster can cast a spell. Tell your opponent at the beginning of your combat turn that you are casting a spell instead of attacking with a weapon, and what spell you are using. Unless the table specifies that it works automatically, consult the combat table. If the result is an X or 2X, the spell is successful. Tell your opponent what the spell does. If a 0 results, the spell is unsuccessful. If an asterisk results and the Lord Ariakan or Lord Patrick is the spellcaster, then consult the specials table. Otherwise, the spell is used up. Note that once spells have been used successfully, it may not be used again. Spells do not do double damage when a 2X results. Healing. During the course of your adventure, you may acquire healing devices, potions, and ointments that will restore lost hit points. Follow the instructions for their use. You may carry them as part of your equipment. Using them during combat counts as that person's attack for the combat turn. Otherwise, they may be used at any time. Optional dice roll. In combat, a 20-sided dice may be used to roll random numbers instead of calling out numbers. Okay, well, I will. Character sheets give each character's hit points, describe his powers and abilities, and explain all the items you start with this adventure. You have a character sheet for yourself and one for each of your initial companions. We suggest you photocopy the character sheets for easy reference during the game. Again, this is the character sheet they're talking about. That does not look like a character sheet to me. It's crazy. So that's why I made these. Definition of terms on character sheets. Alignment describes the character's nature and how he or she will react to outside influences. A character who is lawful good always puts the welfare of others first. A character who has neutral alignment thinks first of himself and how any action will affect him. Chaotic characters are cruel and destructive. Class describes a character's role, fighter, thief, etc. Level is a measurement of the person's skill in his class. Most individuals start with level 0 and advance as they become more skilled. Again, this is all very normal to Dungeons & Dragons, so if you're not familiar with this, then you probably don't know what this channel is about, since Dragonlance was born out of Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. So I'm not sure, I'm just not sure I need to read this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll do it quickly. Weapons and spells. All the character's weapons and magical spells are listed on the character sheet. Additional weapons and spells may be added only if discovered in the adventure. Hit points. Keep track of the health of an individual character. When a character is struck by an enemy, his hit points are reduced by the attack according to the amount of damage listed on the weapon that struck him. Lightly pencil out the proper number of spaces. When the numbers are all crossed out, the character has died or fallen unconscious. Of course, I'm using a form, so I don't need to worry about the pencil. Weapons and damage deal the amount of hit point damage done to the opponent. Each weapon subtracts a number of specific hit points from the enemy in a successful attack. And finally, objects acquired. Record treasure that you find during your adventure. You may also gain the help of new allies. It is suggested you either make a note on the page number that gives the copy of the information very specifically to the character sheets. It's suggested that you either make a note on the page number that gives the object's hit points and damage or describes the treasure, or else copy the information very specifically to your character sheet. Okay. So, Lord Ariakan, I'm chaotic evil, magic user, 48 hit points, 10th level. The weapon I carry is a dagger that does 3 hit points of damage, but I rarely use weapons, relying more on my spells. Special equipment, the staff I carry is called the Staff of Striking. When commanded, it will strike for 6 hit points of damage. It has 4 strikes left. I don't know why I put 3 charges there. I need to fix that. That should be 4 left. That was a mistake on my part. When the charges are used up, you can use the staff for regular blows, doing 3 damage. Description. Your father was the dragon Highlord, Lord Ariakan, ally of the Queen of Darkness when she came so close to possessing Krynn. He was the most powerful dragon Highlord on Krynn until killed by Tanis Half-Elven. You seek revenge for your father's death, but not of Tanis. You blame another Highlord, the twice-damned Kitiara, for allowing Tanis to do the deed. To exact the revenge you dream of, you must first gather together an army. To do that, you need power. You believe the Dragonwand is that source of power. You are tall and well-built, with brown hair and blue eyes. The women call you handsome. You wear the ceremonial robes and headdress of a dragon Highlord. They belong to your father. For in truth, you have never been made a dragon Highlord. You assume the title for yourself out of your arrogance and ambition. You were raised to assume a position of power and wealth. When the dragon Highlords lost the War of the Lance, you lost this position, and you want it back. The first step is to possess the Dragonwand of Krynn. Turn to the next page. Yeah, Sake Sam, how you doing? Thanks for joining live. Lord Ariakan's Spellbook. Your magical spells allow you to use 4 first, 4 second, 3 third, 2 fourth, and 1 fifth level spell every day. You may choose from the following list of the spells you will prepare for your search for the Dragonwand. If you choose to use the same spell more than once, each time counts as 1 spell. All right, so I want to fill this out really quick. First level spells, I can have 4 of them. Armor, Burning Hands, Magic Missile, Push, and Taunt. Why would I want Taunt? Oh, because it makes them strike for 2 less damage than normal. Armor seems like an obvious one to me, so I'm going to fill that in. And I'm basically just going to mark these off here once I've used them. You know what? Let's just capital that. Burning Hands shoots from your fingers an arc of flame doing 7 points of damage. It works automatically. Oh, okay. So that means I don't have to roll to hit. Magic Missile shoots darts of fire at 1 or more targets for a total of 12 points of damage. Push causes 2 enemies to stumble, losing their combat turn. If you guys have any opinions on what spells I should choose, please shout it out. I want to use Burning Hands. I think. I need to, I'm just going to flop close, and I need like a bookmark here, just in case I got to write something down. All right, so we're going to do Burning Hands, and probably 2 Magic Missile. Hopefully I'm spelling that right. Fireball. Well, given the chance, I will choose Fireball. All right, second level spells. Blind, Flame Sphere, Melf's Acid Arrow, Stinking Cloud, and Strength. First of all, I like the idea of Stinking Cloud. I did not say Chromatic Spray. Yeah, I don't see it either, Commander Bond. Thanks for joining live. Good to see you. All right, I'm going to do Stinking Cloud because I like that. It makes them lose their turn. That's pretty dope. Blind, a magic rope appear. Oh, bind. Ties up one opponent for an entire battle. Oh, that's awesome. All right, I've got to use that. I can stop Lord Patrick from doing anything. Bind. Flame Sphere creates a rolling ball of flame that does 9 hit points of damage. It works automatically. Automatic hits are always nice. Melf's Acid Arrow, when the spell is successfully cast, a magic arrow appears, hitting one enemy for an initial 4 hit points of damage, plus 1 hit point of damage each combat turn. I don't know if I want to do that. Strength can either add 1 hit point of damage for a successful strike for every member of your party for 1 combat turn, or 2 hit points of damage for each successful strike of 1 member of your party. I actually like that a lot. Strength. All right, we'll do Flame Sphere because that's an automatic hit. You got to love those. Flame Sphere. I never think about spelling until I have to do it in front of people. Then I overthink it. All right, third level spells. Creates Fireball. There you go. That's a great one. Haste, Lightning Bolt, Monster Summoning 1. Oh, I can summon a wolf with 10 hit points. I already have 3 characters to keep in mind, plus whatever monsters. I'm not sure. You know, if any of you out there have one of these books, we should get together and just do it together because it's going to be a lot easier than me doing it both. Let me know, and we'll live stream it and everything. Haste allows everyone in your party to take 1 extra attack each combat turn for 1 entire battle. That is a good deal. I think I want to do that. Haste is good. Third level. Let's see. Lightning Bolt. I got to do Fireball. You have to do Fireball. It's not even an option, right? Lord Ariakan is going to mess up this Solamnic Knight. And I like Lightning Bolt. Bolt lightning magically appears doing 17 points of damage. If used in underground or small places, the bolt will double back on the magic user. Okay, well, I'm clearly crawling a library, so I don't want to use that. Causing him to take equal damage. Screw that. I'll just do 2 fireballs. No area damage with Lightning Bolt. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do another haste. Because getting to do 2 attacks in on turn is pretty awesome when I have Clem behind me. Ready to bash someone. Go Clem. All right, 4th level spells. I get 2 of them. Confusion, Monster Summoning 2, or Wall of Fire. Wall of Fire does 8 damage the first combat turn the spell is used. Every combat turn thereafter, for the rest of the battle, the wall will do an additional 8 damage for every successful strike. This spell acts as a second weapon. However, any other spell is cast, the wall of fire will disappear. That's awesome. Confusions cause the entire enemy party to become confused and miss 1 combat turn. That's great. I'm going to do both of those. Wall of Fire and Confusion. That is not how you spell confusion. That is. No, it's not. Confusion. Yeah, what could go wrong? Fireball at a library. Knowing my luck with these game books, everything's going to go wrong. All right, I got one 5th level spell, and there's 2 options. Cloud Kill and Cone of Cold. Cloud Kill does 20 damage over your enemies, plural, which is awesome. And Cone of Cold does 1 to 4 opponents for 3 combat turn. It will freeze them. They'll also lose 10 hit points. Oh, that's a tough choice. I'm going to... Oh, dude. So Cloud Kill doesn't affect everyone in the area, just the enemies. So I'm going to do that, because that's a lot. All right, here we go. What's next? Clem. Not a lot to Clem here, as you can see. He's a chaotic evil fighter. He's Lord Ariakan's ally. He's 4th level. Armor of chain. Weapon. He carries a flail named Thumper. That's what they call me, Thumper. It does 6 points of damage per successful hit. Special equipment is the Ointment of Healing that restores up to 4 hit points. All right, I'm going to keep that. Special description is Clem is a young man who is big and very strong, but not too bright. You hired Clem fresh out of training as your bodyguard, and now he would rather die than leave your service. You're going to get that chance, Clem. Clem needs you to think for him, and you like Clem because he never questions. All right, everyone needs a big dumb brute. Lord Ariakan's draconian ally, Gnarl. All right, Gnarl. Let's see. He is a cleric, 4th level, uses chainmail. At the start of the adventure, Gnarl carries no weapon because he dropped his on the flight to Tarsis. You doofus? You dropped your weapon? He's looking for a new one. However, as a cleric, he can't use any sharp-edged weapons. Okay, great. Special abilities. Gnarl fights with his claws, causing 5 points of damage. If Gnarl should ever reach 0 hit points, his flesh will turn to dust, and his bones will explode, causing 6 hit points of damage to everyone near him, including his own party. Gnarl is a draconian. He hides his wings under his robe and very rarely flies. You choose Gnarl to accompany you because he is loyal to your family and you need a cleric. Gnarl is a ruthless fighter when needed, but you like him best as his willingness to do your bidding. Now, this specs out what spells he has and how many of each, and I've already recorded that on the character sheet. So he has 2 Cure Light Wounds, 1 Cause Light Wounds, 1 Magic Stone, which turns an ordinary stone into a weapon that will cause 7 points of damage if thrown successfully. Aid automatically gives a spellcaster another 4 extra hit points, which is awesome. Resist Fire absorbs 10 hit points of damage by fire. Okay. So, I have to start with Patrick, and so this is where the adventure begins for him. So I'm going to let me get another piece of paper for Patrick. Got my little cheat sheets here. So, let's get into Patrick. Lord Patrick, Knight of Solamnia. Let me change my screen over. All right, we already know the object of the game. We know the rules, the story thus far. Let's see. One of the clerics was captured by Draconians. When the other survived, was seriously wounded. The wounded cleric made his way back to Palanthas and was brought before Elistan. Before he died, he told Elistan what the clerics had learned at the Temple of the Dragon and the Dragonwand. Fearing the other surviving cleric has passed the same information to your enemy, Elistan decides to send a secret party in search of the temple and, more importantly, the Dragon Wand. The mission was to be accomplished with the greatest of speed. Prepare yourself now to go in search of the fabled Dragonwand of Krynn. All right. Yeah, Thomas, smash that like button. Smash. All right, so we already know all of the rules and everything. Specials table here is the same. It's in bold on this page for some reason. Lord Ariakan and Lord Patrick are the only 2 who can use specials in combat situations. Okay. Spells, healings, dice rolls, definitions we already know. Let's get to Lord Patrick. Okay. Lord Patrick, Knight of Solamnia. Lawful good. He's a fighter, level 9, plate mail. His weapon, True Blade, is a finely made longsword that has been handed down through his family for 5 generations. It's so finely crafted that not only does it do 7 hit points of damage for each successful strike, but it'll also do 2 extra hit points of damage every first successful strike of each battle. You and your weapon are so in tune with each other that you make 2 attacks every other combat turn, starting with the second turn. So you can see I noted here, first strike is +2 damage, 2 attacks every other turn. Hopefully I'll remember that, and I hope if I forget, you guys will remind me. All right, description. You're a knight of the Order of the Sword, second in the 3 orders of the Knights of Solamnia. Though only 25 years old, you've gone far for one so young. Tall and fair-haired, you wear the traditional mustache of the knighthood. You would be considered handsome if you weren't so solemn and serious. Male members of your family have always been Knights of the Solamnia, but never has anyone risen past the Order of the Rose. Yeah, of course, it's the highest order. Never has anyone risen past the Order of the Rose, the highest order, or the leadership of the knights. You can't go past that. That line doesn't make sense. This is your ambition, to be the next Grand Master of the Knights of Solamnia, but you know that the only way for you to achieve your goal is by being the most courageous and honorable knight possible, and have mean arm folding skills. Look at that. In plate armor, still able to fold his arms. Gotta give it up. Patrick's companion, Jiren. Alignment lawful good. Level 4, chainmail armor. Class is cleric. Weapon is Jorin, uses a hammer called Foe Slammer, which does, it's like my boomstick. Foe Slammer does 4 hit points of damage for each successful strike. Nice. Special equipment, a Ring of Frost. It will freeze an enemy, causing 10 points of damage. The spell works automatically 2 times during the course of the adventure. Description. Jiren is the revered daughter of Paladine. Elistan has sent her with Patrick and his representative. The church leader has full faith in her ability to serve him ably. Even though Jiren is young, her dedication is unquestionable. Her only fault is that she tends to think with her heart and not her brain. Jiren's spells, first level is 3 Cure Light Wounds. Bless adds 1 hit point of damage to that taken by the enemy for each successful strike. Oh, that's interesting. Command commands one enemy of your choice not to attack for 1 turn. That's awesome. Second level spells is Hold Person, stops 1 enemy from attacking for 2 combat turns. The enemy chooses who is affected by the spell. Spiritual Hammer automatically creates a hammer-shaped force which strikes for 5 points of damage. After 1 round, the hammer can be used in combination with another weapon for 2 attacks. However, if another spell is cast, the Spiritual Hammer will disappear. That's pretty cool. And we gotta have a Kender. So, ally, Doorknob is the name. Chaotic Neutral is the alignment. The class is Kender Thief. Level 4, wearing leather armor. Doorknob uses either his Hoopak, which does 4 hit points of damage, or his daggers. He has 6 daggers, which do 3 points of damage each. When he uses his daggers, he throws 2 each combat turn. After 3 combat turns, he's out of daggers. When the battle's over, he will retrieve them. When twirled rapidly, his Hoopak creates an eerie noise. Some enemies may be frightened by it. As a Kender, Doorknob finds no door impossible to open. He's also inclined to taunt his enemies, a common Kender characteristic. Many believe it's their taunting ability that has kept the race alive. I would argue that it's the single biggest reason why they die, but okay. It so infuriates an opponent that his first 2 times in battle will be negated. What? Oh, his first 2x as the roll. Okay. With no damage taken by your party. That's pretty cool. Well, I'm definitely going to be taunting every single turn I get. Let's see. Doorknob stands 4 feet tall to the very top knot of hair on his head, which is the pride of every Kender. He's dressed in bright green leggings with bright red leather tunic. He carries several pouches of varied sizes and shapes, and contents of which, and where he acquired it only Paladine knows. Doorknob came to Elistan wishing to become a cleric. However, he has caused considerable havoc with the Reverend's sons and daughters because of his habit of taking their things for safekeeping. Patrick isn't sure if Elistan is sending the Kender with him because of his natural thieving abilities or because he wants to keep the peace among the clerics. Patrick isn't particularly pleased to have a Kender in the party. He doesn't like thieves, and Kenders are frequently nothing but trouble. It's true. It's true. All right. So, we can see the character sheets. We see it all filled out. We're supposed to start with Lord Patrick and then move over to Lord Ariakan. You can see all the stats and everything. I'll be checking it off and adjusting hit points as necessary. I think I'm ready. What do you guys think? Are you guys ready? Okay, I'm going to look over your comments really quick. You like A&D combo of Gauntlet of Ogre Power, Girdle of Storm Giant Strength, and Hammer of Thunderbolts. Yeah, that sounds badass. Okay, let's start. We've got a nice Griffin writing for the trio. Gotta love that little callback to Dragons of Winter Night. The adventure begins. From Palanthas, you are flown to Tarsis by griffins. Elistan is so worried about being beaten to the Dragonwand that he made a special request of the elves for their griffins to take you to the outer walls of Tarsis. As the griffins fly off toward home, you find yourself standing with your two companions before a huge wall of stone and mortar. It's only now that you realize what an almost impossible mission it is that you have undertaken. Somehow, you've got to get inside the walled city and find out where the Temple of the Dragon is, a temple that nobody has seen for centuries. Also, you've got to find a religious relic of unknown powers, all with the help of just a woman and a kender. In that context, that kind of sounds shitty. All with only the help of a woman and a kender. She's a cleric of paladine. Give her some respect. All right. There is one consolation, you tell yourself. Since the mission is so difficult, if you do manage to accomplish it successfully, you should be assured of advancement to the Order of the Knights of the Rose, the highest order among the Knights of Solamnia. Now, if you can only figure out which way to go. Suddenly, the raucous call of a griffin breaks into your thoughts. One of the griffins that brought you has returned. It lands gracefully and motions for you to mount its back once more. You don't really understand, but you reason that the griffin has some good reason for coming back, so you mount up. Turn to page 25. All right, we're going to show images along the way here, people, because the illustrations are great. Lots of fun. Telling your companions to wait for you, you feel the powerful griffin launch itself into the air. It rises high above the city, only to swoop low, giving you a close look at the large green dragon depositing 3 passengers. You can't help noticing that one wears the helm of a dragon Highlord and another is a draconian. There's no mistaking that evil winged reptilian shape. You signal the griffin to take you out of sight before they see you, but you're too late. The draconian is pointing at you and shouting something that you can't hear. But you know now that your presence here and what you're doing is no longer a mystery to them. Could they be here for the same purpose you are? If they are, you're thankful of one thing. Evidently, your foes are just now starting their search for the temple. Smiling smugly, you feel exhilarated by the challenge of a race. Who is going to find the temple first? And more importantly, the Dragonwand. You're somehow confident that it will be you. What chance do a dragon Highlord and a draconian have against a knight of Solamnia? Your confidence wavers when the griffin delivers you back to your companions, as you find the cleric and the thief yelling and screaming at each other. 35. Okay, so let's pick it up with... how am I going to decide? I just need to remember which side of the page. All right, we're going to pick it up with Lord Ariakan here. The adventure begins. You circle the city of Tarsis on your green dragon, Emerald. With an expert flick of the reins, you guide Emerald down to an open meadow outside the city walls. From here you can see the nearest gate to the city is well guarded. As you disembark, Gnarl, the Draconian, grabs your arm and points up into the sky. You see a man wearing the armor of the Knights of Solamnia, mounted on a griffin flying toward the other side of the dry seaport of Tarsis. What's a Knight of Solamnia doing in Tarsis, and mounted on a griffin, you wonder? But the answer is simple. He's here for the same reason you are. He's after the Dragonwand, but he's out of luck, because you know you're going to get it first. Granted, you just don't know where in Tarsis the Temple of the Dragon is located, but you're confident you'll find it. After all, aren't you Lord Ariakan, Dragon Highlord, son of Lord Ariakas, the famous Dragon Highlord during the War of the Lands? The Knight of Solamnia is a challenge, but one you can meet and defeat. As you think of your father, your thoughts go naturally to your mission of revenge against Kitiara. You know that she is holed up in Sanction, gathering her forces around her. You chuckle at the thought of those forces soon being yours. The Dragonwand will give you the power to defeat her. But first, you must find the Dragonwand. Turn to 28. Okay, now we go back. Because we got to go back and forth every single page. Tarsis is hell, dude. You know what? When I don't want to break the pacing here, but when Tasselhoff was crushed in Tarsis, it crushed me. That sucked. All right. Okay, so let's show this image here. This is my two companions here, Doorknob and... oh, man, I didn't change her name. I have it listed as Clem. Idiot. All right, I'm going to have to fix that. Her name is Jirin, Jirin. Jirin and Doorknob. Thief! How dare you call me a thief? Doorknob screams indignantly as he tosses his top knot angrily in her face. I didn't steal anything. Then tell me what you are doing with my bracelet, Jirin demands angrily. Before Doorknob can make another swipe with his top knot, she grabs it and gives it a hard yank. Ow! The Kender squeals. His face grows long in sorrow. I didn't steal your bracelet. I found it. He snuffles and thrusts the bracelet in under her nose. Here, take it, and you can keep your thanks. All right, the two of you, you say in exasperation. May I remind you that we've got an important mission before us, and we have no time for petty quarrels. Jirin glares at you angrily, but you ignore it and proceed to tell them what you saw from the griffin. Not far from here, I saw a gate. Shall we go through it, or do we want to keep our presence secret a while? You finish. You are surprised at yourself for even bothering to consult them. Jirin votes for going to the gate, and you decide to take her advice. Turn to page 45. Doorknob is certain there must be some quiet way into the town. Turn to page 141. Okay, so do we listen to Jirin and go for the main gate, which is what a Solamnic Knight would definitely do? Or would we go with Doorknob and find a secret way in, which seems to me to be the most logical thing to do, but would a Knight of Solamnia do that? I mean, I think Sturm was convinced to sneak in once or twice, right? Oh, gosh. What do you guys think? Any opinions? I'm going to have a sip of coffee. I got to tell you, Sake, I think they all think they're honest. I don't think they are aware of what they're doing. I mean, maybe in hindsight or maybe in some secret corner of their brain, but I'm pretty sure. All right, there's one for the secret, one for the sneaky. Thomas came out first with the secret, so we're going to do that. For those of you watching, if you want to make sure that you are watching this as close to 100% live as possible, refresh your browser. Because some of you are going to come in, it's going to be the very beginning of the show, and you're not going to be able to give me accurate, thoughts in as close to live time as possible. All right, so secret was first. Well, you both said secret. Sneak and secret. All right, let's do that. 141. 141. Oh, geez, that's way back here. All right, here's the image. Looks like Doorknob is not too happy, even though we're doing what he wants. Are you sure there's another way? You ask Doorknob, beginning to doubt the wisdom of taking the advice of a Kender. Well, I seem to remember that these walls have a passageway inside them that the guards use to go from tower to tower. And if I remember right, the Kender thief continues to mutter to himself as he starts digging in one of his numerous pouches. This seems to be getting you nowhere. You turn and look at Jirin, who looks as dubious as you feel. We should have gone to the gate, she says reproachfully. You are inclined to agree with her, but you made the decision to follow Doorknob's advice, and you're going to stick with it. You reply coolly, I want to avoid questioning at the gate. Ah, here it is, the Kender cries. Turning, you see him sitting on the ground with a map in his lap. You can't believe this. Why didn't he tell you earlier that he had a map of Tarsis? You quickly grab it and start to scan what appears to be a piece of some handkerchief. Angrily, you hurl it back into Doorknob's lap. What good is a piece of garbage going to do us? You cry. Let's head to the gates. Oh, great. That was a total mess. Okay, never trust Doorknob from here on out. He's a straight up useless liar. All right, 29. And we go back to Ariakan. So we're at 29. All right, Ariakan, what are you guys doing? So this is their Green Dragon Emerald and the evil members of the party. You feel your desire for revenge augmented by the challenge of beating a Knight of Solamnia to the Dragonwand. The knight must have been sent by Elistan. You doubt if there are any people alive other than yourself who know of the Dragonwand. First things first, you must decide how to get inside the city walls. People aren't very used to dragons, so you can't just fly Emerald into the city. I would argue that you can. If there's no one to stop you and you have a dragon, you can do whatever you want. You'll have to leave her outside. If you go through the gates, you'll be announcing your presence to the officials at Tarsis. Naturally, they'll want to see you, a Dragon Highlord, even though you were on the losing side in the War of the Lands. The status of a Dragon Highlord still carries a lot of weight. A small voice inside you reminds you that you aren't really a Highlord. You're just pretending. You immediately suppress the reminder, telling the voice that the Dragonwand will make you a Dragon Highlord in truth, as well as name. Clem impatiently breaks into your thoughts, asking which way to go. He reminds you of the urgency of your mission. Will you go through the gate? Turn to page 38. Or will you hunt for an alternate route? Turn to page 135. All right, what do you guys think? Alternate route or gate? We tried the alternate route with the good guys. I don't think it's going to do us any better with the bad guys. He has a freaking dragon, and he's Lord Ariakan. He's a demigod. So, I don't know. Here, let's go to them so you can see them. I'm inclined, personally, to go through the gate. Any thoughts? All right, Thomas. Through the gate, page 38. Leaving Emerald, you hesitate as you walk. Oh, here, let's show that image. Right here. Leaving Emerald, you hesitate as you walk toward the city gates. You might so easily be delayed if a guard recognizes you. After all, how often do Dragon Highlords show up in Tarsis? You don't need that kind of distraction, but you still haven't come up with an idea by the time you reach the gate. Just lowering your head, you try to walk nonchalantly through, hoping that the guards will be too busy to notice, but it doesn't work. Your way is blocked by 2 guards. "May we ask your business in Tarsis?" one asks respectively. "We have personal business in the city," you reply pleasantly. That was pleasant. The guard bows slightly, accepting your vague answer, probably because of your Highlord apparel. "Sir, I'm sure the mayor would like to welcome you to Tarsis personally and offer you any help he can in accomplishing your business. You doubt that the mayor will offer you any help without exacting a fee for himself, but you also doubt if this guard is going to forgo the privilege of taking an illustrious visitor to the mayor. So, if you're willing to visit the mayor, turn to 130. If you rather avoid going to see the mayor, turn to 57. I think using my authority with the mayor is going to help. Right? I could just walk up there and sort of poke him in the chest. "I'm a Dragon Highlord. You do what I say. My father burned your city. Don't make me do it too." You know, something like that. I'm inclined to go see the mayor. 130. Plus, he might know, help me with this Dragonwand search for the library. So 130. That's what we're doing. 130. Okay, so let me mark 130. And then we go back. We're heading back to the good guys. What's going on here? We were at 29. And here's our image. Which one? This one. It's all backwards. "Wait!" Doorknob cries, leaping in front of you, clutching his precious map. "Look! This shows where there's a secret door into the walls. And see here? It says something about a temple." With renewed hope. You know what? I was looking down on Doorknob, but this might actually work. All right. With renewed hope, you grab the scrap of cloth. After a close examination, you see something that looks like it says temple. Unfortunately, between the walls and the temple, most of the map is faded away. Reluctantly, you instruct Doorknob to look for the secret door. In a matter of minutes, the Kender locates it and springs the lock. As the door swings open, you hear a squeaking sound. You are face to face with 5 giant rats, and they definitely aren't there to welcome you. Tell the Lord Ariakan reader to turn to the encounter table on page 150 and run encounter 3. All right, so we have to fight encounter 3. You said 150, right? So encounter 3 is 5 giant rats, hit points 5 each. The giant rats attack with their teeth for a total of 2 hit points of damage. Okay, here we go. This is going to be interesting doing this back and forth thing. So, damn it. This is going to be kind of hard until I figure out the combat, you know. I think I attack first, but... Or they're the attackers, so... Let me see. Combat turn. The attacker chooses any number between 1 and 20 and calls it out. The defender also calls out the random card. So they're the attackers. I'm the defender. So they go first. So this is for the first rat. 14, and my defense is 12. So my defense is 12, and theirs is 14. Is a 0. All right, so the first one misses. Second rat. 19, and my defense is 11. So they had a 19, my defense is an 11, and that's a 0. How is that even possible? Okay. Third rat. 10, my defense is 20. So third rat attacker is 10, my defense is a 20. That's a asterisk. Special, refer to specials table for your character. Okay, and our special table, because this is the very beginning, what page is this? 28. So we use 1 to 10 as the special. So 1, a spell. Oh no, that's okay. So specials don't matter for the rats. This is 4. 1 for the attack and defend is 18. My defense is 18. That's a hit. And I take, let's see, 5 points of damage. And it said that I get to choose who the damage goes to. I'll just take it all right here. Let's see, yeah, by rats, game over. That would be hilarious. Let's do 47. And then, did I totally just lose my page? Okay. Then that was 4. So then the 5th rat is 12. And I have a 10. I know, that's what I'm thinking. Like defender and attacker it's weird mixed up because I'm the defender and they're the attacker. So 10 for defense. Oh, shit. What was it? It was a 1 and 10, and that's a miss. Okay. So that's all the rats. Now it's my turn. They have 5 hit points. She does 4 damage. He does 7, and he does 4. Or 3. All right, so let's see. Taunt negates the first 2x. So Doorknob is going to just straight up do a taunt just to make sure that I don't have to deal with a rat killing me. Clem is going to run up there. It's not Clem. Dang it, I need to fix that so badly. Jiren is going to run up there and try to smash one of them with her foe slammer. So attack is 4, defense is 10. Attack is 4, defense is 10. That's a miss. This is so weird. That doesn't make any sense. But okay. And then Lord Patrick runs up and he's going to try to smash one of them. 2, a defense is 6. And that's a special. Okay. So now we get to see the special. A spell you use backfires, causing you to sustain 4 hit points of damage. Well, I didn't use a spell, so nothing happens. Let me see if I have to go to the next if it's irrelevant really quick. I just want to make sure. Specials table. This allows the attacker to turn to his specials table near the end of the book, unless the text tells you otherwise. Specials simulate some of the unexpected things that can happen in combat. Some of these will go to your advantage and some not. The number page you're reading determines the number of the special that affects you. If you encounter more than one special during a battle, use the next consecutive page number. If you already use the special, go to the next one. Okay, so then nothing happens because I didn't use a spell. And now we're back with the stupid, second attack, 2 attacks on the second turn. That's next turn. Now we're back at the rats. There's still 5 rats because I clearly suck at combat. First rat is 18, and my defense is 16. So 18, 16 is 0. Second rat, attack, 13, defense, 4. So 13 and 4 is a 0. Third attack, 15 for rat number 3. My defense is 10. So 15 attacker, defense is 10. That's a special. Rats don't get specials. 12 for the 4th rat attack, and my defense is 8. 12, 8. That's a 0. That's a miss. And then 17 versus 19 is the 5th. Where's 17? 2x. And I did the taunt so that nothing happens. Let me make sure with the taunt negates first 2x. Okay, so perfect. I'm glad I did the taunt. Now it's my turn. Here we go. This is going to be Clem trying to bash one of them. 8 attack with a 6 defense. 8 attack, 6 defense is 2x. I do 8 damage, which kills the first rat. So there's only 4 rats. So Thomas, this is supposed to be random. And so it's not like Thaco or armor class versus attack ability. It's just this random chart. So, you know, we sort of have to divorce our minds from the traditional D&D. You need to roll higher than their armor class type thing because those are just not present in this game book. Okay, so the first rat's dead. That was Clem. Lord Patrick is just going to cut down the second rat. He got an 8. And defense is an 18. So attack is 8. Defense of 18 is a hit. So I do 7. They only have 5 hit points. So I kill the second rat. So there's only 3 rats left. Doorknob is going to, let's see, uses Hoopak, because that's the most damage he can do. 11 attack, 9 defense. So 11 attack, 9 defense is a hit, and that's 4 damage. So the third one only has 1 hit point left. Oh man, I've got to start making notes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's dead. That's dead. That's 4 hit points. So there's 1 hit point left. Okay. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. Jeez, who knew this was going to be so difficult? So now it's the rat's turn. There's 3 rats left. One of them's hurt. The hurt one's going to attack. 6 attack with a 11 defense. So 6 attack, 11 defense is 2x. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. So that's 4 damage. I'm going to take it from Patrick because he has the most. The second rat gets a 5 defensive 10. So 5 defensive 10 is a miss. Last is a 4 attack with a 9. So 4 attack with a 9 is a hit, and that's 2 damage. I think Clem's going to... Jiri is going to take it, so that's 18 left. Okay, our turn. Clem, whatever your name is. Attack! Attack with an 11, and defense with a 17 is a 2x. Yeah, baby. So she does 8 again, killing another one. I'm going to say she attacked the one that has not yet been attacked because I'm both DM and player. And Lord Patrick is going to attack. 5 attack versus a 16 defense. 5 attack is a hit, and that's 7 damage, which kills another one. And Doorknob, wipe the floor with this last one. It has 1 hit point. You can do it. 14 attack, 11 defense. 14 attack, 11 is a miss. Doggone Doorknob. Last rat attacks. 10 attack with 1 defense. And that's a hit. Stupid ass. That's 2 hit points. You know what, Doorknob? You're taking that because you're a doorknob. Doorknob of a Kender. And then my attack with Jiri or something is an 11 with a 2 defense. That's a miss. Lord Patrick's attack is 12 with an 11 defense. That's a miss. Oh my gosh. Come on, Doorknob. 11 attack with a 20 defense. 2x. So Doorknob killed the last rat, and our heroes are in the secret. Let's see. If you defeat the 5 giants, turn to 39 giant rats. We did it! Woo! Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Oh, I did have 2 attacks. Damn it. Sake Sam, I missed that. Sorry. Damn it. That sucks. Oh well, I still killed him. If you defeat the 5 giant rats, turn to 139. All right, 139. 39, that is. Now we go to Lord Ariakan. What do you have, Lord? What's happening? And we're at 130 here. Okay, it looks like people are shouting. People aren't too happy about a dragon Highlord coming in here. Who would have thought? But who cares? He has a dragon. The guards walk one in front of you and one behind as you head through the streets toward the city palace. Thank you, Anton. Welcome as a dragon Highlord, by the way. That's a YouTube membership there. So the guards walk in front of you and one behind as you head through the streets through the city palace to see the mayor. You hate losing the time it's going to take to go see him, but the other hand, he might be able to tell you something useful since he must know Tarsis very well. "We don't want your kind here," a voice yells out. You finally notice that a disgruntled crowd is forming around you, following you step by step, and the smirking guards aren't going to do anything about it. More and more cat calls are thrown at you and your companions. Finally, after a couple of blocks, insults are not enough, and an overly ripe tomato flies through the air and splats on the ground inches in front of you. For some reason, that action jars you loose, and an idea occurs to you. Maybe you can use this to your advantage. It's risky, but you might be able to use the mob to escape going to the mayor. Then again, the mob is beginning to look pretty surly. If you want to try to escape into the mob, turn to 120. If you think you better stay with the guards, even if it does mean going to see the mayor, go to 110. All right, Anton's throwing up Race Lemajir there. You know what? I did look at the at the very end of the Legends annotated collection. It shows pronunciation by Jeff Grubb for some of the gods that he created, and Majir, the god Majir, he pronounces as Majare, which 3 syllables seems way too difficult. So Thomas is saying kill the mob. The only option is to escape into the mob or stay with the guards. I'm inclined to stay with the guards and just get to the mayor. You know what I mean? That's what I think I want to do. Because I do think the mayor's going to... We can force the mayor to help us. Shoot a fireball in the direction where the tomato came from. I like my tomatoes cooked. Die! I totally should do that. All right. Oh, geez. This is tough. I don't want to escape in the mob. I'm going to go to the mayor. All right, so that's 110. Let's go to 110. If I have to kill this mayor, I will. But he's going to tell me something. All right, so we're at 110. Next. Got to go page by page here, people. So we're at 39. And we got some bats. Stepping carefully into the passageway, you see that one way is blocked by a cave-in. The other way is clear for as far as you can see into the gloomy darkness. Consulting the Kender's map, you see that it heads towards the old waterfront. On the map, Tarsis still shows as a seaport. Who did he get this map from, Tasselhoff? Tarsis suffered little damage during the cataclysm compared to most of Krynn. However, it lost the sea that brought it prosperity in the white sails of many ships that once filled its port. None of the ships that did escape in time are used as homes for the... now the ships that didn't escape in time are used as homes for the low life of the city. You hope you'll be able to steer clear of them. Lighting a torch, you advance down the passage about 50 feet. Suddenly, a high-pitched squeaking sound grates on your ears, followed by a whirring of wings. Into the circle of light fly 3 vampire bats. Tell Lord Ariakan reader to turn to the encounter table on 150 and run encounter 6. All right, we're fighting bats here, people. All right. Bats. Encounter 6. 3 vampire bats. They hit for 9. What? Yeah, 3 vampire bats hits for 9. They have 9 hit points. The vampire bats bite collectively. Did the giant rats attack collectively? It doesn't say they did. All right. They bite collectively for 4 points of damage. When a successful bite is made, the bat will automatically cause damage every combat turn until defeated. Okay. So this is a little confusing to me, because if they bite collectively for 4 damage, do I roll for each vampire bat? Once a successful bite is made, the bats will automatically cause damage every combat turn. So if they're collective, then I roll once for all of them, and they will forever. The attacker always goes first, Sake-san. Okay. Let's see. The table lists the amount of damage the opponent will do to Lord Patrick and his party for each successful attack, and the total number of hit points each opponent or group of opponent has. There's no escape for the opponents. You will continue each attack until the opponents have lost all their hit points, or Lord Patrick and his party have lost theirs. So this looks like it's one attack, 1 damage for all 3 of them. But I don't... Oh, this is so confusing to me. I wish I had someone to make a call that was other than me. You know what I mean? Okay, there's 3 bats, so I'm going to count them as 3 separate entities. Well, no, there's no way that 3 bats have 9 hit points each, right? And if they attack collectively, then they have to be a collective. So I'm going to do it collectively. It's 1 9 hit point group of bats, because that's a lot for a bat, right? All right, we're doing this. This is like every beginning of an MMO ever. You're just running around killing bats and rats. Yeah, if they attack collectively, I'm going to have them be collective. All right, so they attack for a 14, defense for an 8. 14, defense for an 8 is a hit. Damn it. That's 4 points of damage every turn until I kill them all. That's no good. Okay, so the 4 damage we're going to send to him. Gosh, I'm not doing good, dude. I'm not doing good at all. I need to kill these rats. All right, Jiri. 1 attack, 6 defense. 1 attack, 6 defense is a hit. She does 4 damage, and they have a total of 9. So 4. And then they attack... Well, it doesn't matter, because it just says once the successful bite is made, the bats will automatically cause damage each turn. So another 4 damage is done. This time I'm going to do the 4 damage. I'll do it again. Oh, this is not good. And then I attack. Did Lord Patrick attack? No, he didn't. Hold on. I'm clearly screwing this up. Lord Patrick attacks for 13 damage, or I mean, attack of 13 and 1 of defense. That's a hit. He does 7, and that kills the bats. Because they only had 9, they already took 4 damage. I don't know if I did that correctly, but since I said collectively, I'm going to have it be collective. So, that being said, done and done. Okay, we defended against the stupid bats. If you defeat the vampire bats, turn to page 49. 49. Can Lord Patrick and them have just a break for a second? Let's see, 49. And we're back with Lord Ariakan here. Oh, I wasn't showing you guys the right screen. Sorry about that. This is getting a little confusing to me, going back and forth all the time. And we are at 110. Okay. The city palace is one of the most impressive buildings in Tarsis. The gardens all around it are maintained in perfect order, with not a blade of grass out of place. You don't have much time to enjoy, though, because the city guards march you straight inside to the mayor's office. His Honor, the mayor, is friendly and seems glad to meet a dragon Highlord. He offers you refreshments and a comfortable seat. Soon the small lord gives way to questions about what you're doing in Tarsis. Well, Lord Ariakan, how can we help you during your stay in Tarsis? He asks as he seats himself at his desk. I'm here just on business, you reply. What kind of business? I'm not just being nosy, but I am the mayor, and the business of a dragon Highlord in my city is my business. You enjoy the mayor's irritation at your vagueness about your business. When you and a knight of Solamnia both show up on the same day, there's something going on. I want to know what that is. Drat that knight. If he hadn't shown up, the mayor wouldn't be suspicious. Now he suspects this isn't just ordinary business that you've come about. It's going to be hard to convince him that it's just social. Perhaps you shouldn't try. Do you tell the mayor the real reason you're here? If so, turn to page 100. If you find some way not to tell the mayor, or do you find some way to not tell him why you're here, turn to page 20. I need him to know that I need to get to the library, so I have to tell him, right? What do you guys think? Should I tell him or not? Bees? Do you guys ever see that mashup of Will Arnett's character in Arrested Development just replying with bees? It's pretty funny. I'm going to tell him. No, because what if he likes... Yeah, I got to lie. I'm not going to tell him the real reason I'm here. I'm going to tell him I'm here for the flowers. Screw this guy. All right, we're going to 11. Or, I'm sorry, page 100. I'm getting all frazzled, having to lie to a stupid man. I'm Lord Ariakan. I don't need to tell him the truth. He's a punk. All right. So we're at page 100 now. And we're going back to Lord Patrick. All right. We were at 49. That's this page. So you can see. Farther down the passage, you discover earlier victims of the vampire bats. The skeletal remains of what appears to have been 2 fighters lie in an alcove. Beside one lies a club. It seems to be made of very hard, durable wood. It seems the perfect weapon for Jiren. Wooden club does 6 points of damage. Right now she has the foe slammer, which does 4. So I'm going to have to try to remember this. I should have put a little notation. That's one thing that this is doing is telling me how I need to fix these character sheets. So adding a comment field is definitely one of them. So she gets a wooden club for 6 points of damage for Jiren. Oh, this is tough to write here. Hold on a second. Okay. While you examine the weapon, Doorknob studies the alcove and discovers a secret door leading downwards into darkness. It smells as if no one has been there since the cataclysm. Okay, now this is what I've been looking for. Do you continue to follow the same passage before, or do you take the secret passage down? Oh, people, what are we doing? What are we doing? Well, the foe hammer only does 4 damage. This wooden club does 6 damage. She named it Foe Slammer, so I'm going to rename this wooden club Foe Slammer. Dose. I don't know. I'm inclined to go down the secret passage. What do you guys think we should do? The old passage, the one we're going down? So, same passage or secret passage? Same passage or secret passage? What are we doing? Oh, we've got Dale. How you doing? Thanks for joining live. When you guys say old passage, I'm assuming you mean the same passage. All right, we're doing the secret passage. We're doing it. It's happening. Page 20. I don't know. I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh, this is a mistake. I immediately want to take this back. I'll show you guys in a second. Ah! Bad decision. All right, we're on page 100 with Lord Ariakan. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Every one of these game books. God, every time. All right, you decide you'll tell the mayor half the truth about why you're in Tarsis. Never averse to lying, you make up a very tall tale about having heard of a magic user who has made a secret potion that you want the formula for. You've heard that he could be found in Tarsis. It's not a complete untruth. After all, you are after something magical. What does your mission have to do with a knight? Asks the mayor. A knight? You say, thinking quickly. I don't know there was one here. Must be just a coincidence. Surely a knight of Solamnia wouldn't be looking for a formula as well. You suggest to the mayor that maybe he should ask the knight himself what his business is and let you go about yours. To your surprise, the mayor accepts the story. He apologizes for the inconvenience and, admitting that it might not be safe for you in Tarsis, offers you an escort. Reluctantly, you agree to the escort, planning to get rid of it as soon as possible. Before you go, sir, I'd like to give you this as a token of, well, the mayor hands you a scroll case. Maybe you'll find this spell it contains useful. Inside the scroll case is a spell of shocking grasp. It causes 6 points of damage to one enemy. Ah, yeah! Spell of shock. All right, dig it. This is going to be Ariakan's scroll of shocking grasp, which does 6 hit points of damage to one enemy. So is that earlier in here? Because I need to find out if I have to roll to hit for that. I don't see it. Okay. I'm going to assume I have to roll, because I have to grab them, right? So, yeah, this mayor's, he's good people. I'm going to remember him. I'm going to send him a little vial of poison for, I don't know, the next holiday. After you thank the mayor, he says, when you've found your magic user, come back here and share the secret of the recipe with me. Now you understand the escort, the spell, and the threat of his voice. Certainly, you say, appearing to agree. It will be a long time before you visit the mayor again. Turn to 87. All right, I dig it. Hey, you know what, for a Highlord? I need every sycophant I can find. All right, that's the end of Ariakan. Oh boy, let's get back to where we left with Sir Patrick. And I've got to be honest. I'm going to show you the image. Dun, dun, dun! Skeletons. Cataclysm age skeletons. So they're aged finally. Oh, man. There's something about a secret passage that seems to demand investigating. Even though you pride yourself on being practical and logical, a secret passage is something else again. Lighting a fresh torch, you descend the ladder, telling Doorknob to close the secret door behind him. At the bottom of the ladder, the passage wanders first into one direction and then in another until you wonder if you're going in a circle. So far, you haven't come upon any exits, entrances, or even a sign of life. Suddenly, you hear a rattling sound from around the corner ahead. You see 5 skeletons coming at you with shields and spears. Jiren tries to turn them, but they seem to be under some kind of spell and ignore her. They continue to advance, with their weapons waving threateningly. Tell Lord Ariakan to the reader to turn to the encounter table on 150 and run encounter number 1. Okay, encounter number 1. I got a bad feeling about this. 5 skeletons. Holy crap. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh gosh, this is gonna... This is bad. They attack for a total of 5 hit points of damage. There's 5 of them, and they all have 16 hit points. Okay. I got a bad feeling about this. All right, Jiren. Actually, they attack first. Okay, so the first skeleton attacks 18 with my defense of 1. So that's a miss. Sweet. The second skeleton attacks 19 with a defense of 14. 19... 14 is 2x. Oh, shit. That's 10 points of damage. Oh my gosh. I'm going to die down here. Stupid doorknob and your stupid secret doors. Ah! I don't know how to run away from attacks. Can you? I don't think you can. Combat occurs when you attack or are attacked by a monster or another character. All combat encounters follow the same secret events. One of you is the attacker and the other is... The attacker is the first character to strike. The defender is... When you fight monsters or enemies, you meet the text. Other writers... The other reader plays the part of the... You and your allies will take your attacks while your opponents act as the defender. Then it is his allies' turn to attack. Continue until everyone dies. Okay. So I think the only time you can try to run is if it gives you. And it said at the very beginning, Sake, that Jiren tried to turn them, but was unsuccessful. Okay, so the second one just did 10 damage to Lord Patrick. The third one attacks for 5. I defend for 18. That's a 0. Fourth, 16 versus 3. 16 versus 3 is a 0. And the fifth is 3 versus 18. And that's a hit. That's 5 damage. We're going to take that out of Clem for not being able to turn. Okay, I've got to do some stuff here. So Bless does an extra damage. Hold a person lasts 2 rounds and the enemy chooses the targets. Hold person. That just means they don't attack, right? Does it explain hold person in here? Stops one enemy from attacking for 2 combat turns. Well, we're definitely doing that. So she's going to try to use that on them. The attack is 13. The defense is 3. That's a hit. So that's 1 that cannot attack for 2 rounds, right? Stops one enemy from attacking for 2 combat turns. Okay. So I'm going to do that to let us know that. And then Lord Patrick is going to just dive in and attack. Attacks for 9. They defend for 13. That's 2x! Oh, that's 14 damage. They have 16 hit points. So that's 14 to that one. And then Doorknob is going to attack the exact same one. You know what? He's going to taunt. Yeah, he's just going to taunt because if they get another 2x, I'm screwed. Let me make sure his taunt takes a turn. As a Kender, Doorknob finds no blah blah. Many believe it's their taunting ability, except that it so infuriates the opponent that is forced 2x in any battle will be negated with no damage taken by your party. Okay, so that's what he's doing as a special ability. He's taunting. Yeah, 10 hit points in 1 hit. That was brutal. Okay, that was a 2 times hit, which is why I need to have Doorknob do his taunting. Okay, it's their turn. Only 4 of them can attack. So the first one attacks with 20 and misses or defends with an 18. So attack is 20, defense is 18. That's clearly a hit. That's 5 damage. Oh, geez. This the second one of the 4 gets a 5 attack with my defense of an 8. And that's a hit. Jeez. All right, Doorknob, you're taking some. The third attacks with a 19, my defense of an 8. So defense of 8, attack with 19 is a miss. And the last one attacks with a 2, and my defense is a 9. And that's a hit. So that's 5. And we'll take that from her. Oh, gosh, I'm dying. Seriously, Sake. Okay, now it's my turn. So, Clem had the hold person. She needs to do a spiritual hammer so she can start attacking twice after the first attack. So, spiritual hammer attack with a 3, defense of a 13. And that's a miss. Damn it! Damn it! And she just cast hold person, so I got to mark that off. She just cast that. Oh, shit, you know what? I might have to use the Ring of Frost next turn. Lord Patrick gets 2 attacks this time. So the first attack is a 5 with a defense of 6. Defense of 6. 5 is a miss. The second attack is a 10 with a defense of 10. So 10-10 is a special. Be a good one. Come on. I need a break here. You find an amulet on the ground that causes your next spell to do double damage. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, dang it. I need more notepads here. So I'm going to end up giving that to Jiren, and that's amulet does 2x damage spell. That'll be awesome. I'm going to die from these stupid frickin'... Oh, this is brutal. Doorknob. Oh, you doorknob. He can do 2 attacks around with the dagger. So he's going to throw 2 daggers. First dagger is 8 attack with a 4 defend. And that's a hit. And that does 3 damage. They have 16. One of them dies because he took 14 already. The second attack is 18 with a defense of 16. And that's a miss. Okay, so he misses. He has 4 daggers left until I pick them all up. Oh, you guys aren't looking at my sheet. I'm sorry. You got to remind me. I'm an idiot. Now it's the skeletons. And this is the last round that hold person is on that 1 skeleton. So there's 3 skeletons because 1 just got killed. The first one is 12 to attack with my defense of 17. 12 to attack, 17 is a special, but that's them, so they don't get a special. The second attack is 20 with a 16 defense. That's a hit. That's 5 damage. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. The third one is a 15 attack with a 5 defense, and that's a hit. Oh, shit. Oh, dude. Dude. I got such a bad feeling about this. All right, so do I do Cure Light Wounds for 4 damage when they do 5 each time they hit me? I got to, right? Oh, man. I'm hurting. I'm going to do a Cure Light Wounds. Lord Patrick's got 2 attacks this turn. Is this the 3rd round? So I think he only has 1 attack, actually, because I did 2 last time. So 15 attack, 14 defend. 15 is a hit. He does 7 damage. And that's 7 to, we'll say this one. I wish hold person would allow me an immediate kill. That seems like, you know, D&D, that would be the case, but this isn't straight D&D. Doorknob. He's throwing 2 more daggers. 7 with a defense of 13 is a hit, so that's 3 damage. So let's do 7, that's 10 to that one. And then the last attack is 16 with a defense of 19. Where's 16? That's a hit. That's 3 more, so that's 13. He has 3 hit points left, that one. And I only have 2 daggers left. And now it's their turn. So the one that was held is now no longer held. So it's 3 of them again attacking me. The first one that is almost dead has an attack of 2 with a defense of 17. And that's a hit, unfortunately. So that's 5. Jeez. Ugh. Second one attacks with a 17, defense of 11. Defense of 11. 17 is a special. They can't do special, so it's a miss. The third attack is a 7 with a defense of 17. 2x. But that taunt never negated a 2x after I started it, so now it negates it. Okay. Good. Well, I'm glad I did that taunt. That's good. Now it's my turn. Clem is going to do another Cure Light Wounds, because, yeah. I need health. It's not Clem, it's Jiren. Lord Patrick is going to attack. Now he gets 2 attacks again. The first attack was 11 with a defense of 1. 11 is a miss. Second attack is a 6 with a defense of 9. It's a miss. Damn it! Lord Patrick, stop sucking. Oh, wait a second. That sting... Oh, that's a damage. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Really quick. The amulet does 2 times the damage. Well, that's not damage. It's healing. Yeah, the Dragon Highlord right now is just having the time of his life. Laughing and, like, telling old stories. Meanwhile, Lord Patrick is, like, knee-deep in undead. All right, Doorknob. You have your last 2 daggers. Do something good with them. Attack of a 2. Defense of 19. is a miss. Attack with a 5, a defense of 12 is a miss. That was the last 2 of your daggers. You idiot! Damn it! We're back at the skeleton. Skeleton number 1. Attack 1, defensive 2. That's a hit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Second is an attack of 5, defensive 18. Is a miss. Third is attack 17, defend 8. 17 is a special, and they can't do that, so that's a miss. All right. A little Tassel Birdfoot in there. Anton like that. Now it's my turn again. All right, so Jiren, she's going to use her Ring of Frost. I'm like ready to die here. So first Ring of Frost, 1 of her charges, 1 to attack, 13 defend, and that's a miss. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Oh gosh. Lord Patrick gets 1 attack with a 13, defensive 11. 2x. All right. That's what I'm talking about. And that's 14 damage. They have 16 hit points, so I'll hit one of them that was already hit. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. 14 to a second one. Because Doorknob can actually start killing him off with the amount of damage he's going to do. If he'll actually damn hit. He's going to use his Hoop Pack. 2 attack. 13 defend. Is a hit. That does 4 damage. And that'll kill one of them. All right, so I've got 3 left, and one of them is damaged with 14. Here we go. They attack. There's 3 left. 6 attack, 6 defend, and that's a miss. Number 2 is a 13 attack, 19 defend. That's a miss. The last one is 8 attack with a 3 defend. Ooh. That's a 10. 2 times. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm dying. I have 2 hit points left. Oh, my gosh. It would have killed one of my partners, so I had to take the 10 out of me. Ugh. All right. Jiren attacks with her club, because she only has to hit once and it'll kill one of them. 5 with a defense of 9. Is a hit. She kills that one. So there's 2 left now, but they haven't been hit at all. Lord Patrick gets 2 attacks this time. So 16 attack, 3 defend. Is a miss. Wait, 3 defend. Yeah. Is a miss. The second attack is 5 with a defense of 18. Is a miss. Oh my gosh! Doorknob. You doorknob. Is a 3 attack, 8 defend. Is a miss. I'm so screwed. It says it scares some people, and so I'm assuming that means that it'll tell me in the text when I could use it to do that. But let me revisit it really quick just to double check and make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn. It says he has 6 daggers. He has a Hoop Pack, which does 4 hit points of damage, or his daggers. Special abilities. He taunts his ability. Yeah, it doesn't says the Hoop Pack does anything. And these are undead anyway, so I don't see why they would, do anything. All right, it's their turn. I think this is where I die. This is the total wipe on after an hour of playing, hour and a half. 4 attack, 8 defend. Is a special, and it's a miss for the skeleton. All right, the second one is a 5 attack, 15 defend, and that's a hit. So that's 5. Oh boy. Oh no, that's a 4. Sorry, math. And then the last one is an 18 attack with an 18 defend, and that's a miss. Okay. We're back at me. Jiren is going to attack. Man. So if I do a spell, I don't have anything to do. I've got a bless. Only +1 damage. That really doesn't do me any good. He's using up 16 hit points total, which is ridiculous. Oh boy. I wonder if I'm reading this wrong. Now that I'm thinking about this, do skeletons... Is that hit point... I think that hit point is the total for the entire encounter. Now that I'm thinking about this. Because look at the way this is structured. As the encounters. There's only one line of damage that you mark off. I think I've been doing this wrong. These are the opponents Lord Patrick and his party will face. The table lists the amount of damage the opponent will do to Lord Patrick and his party for each successful attack, and the total number of hit points each opponent or group opponent has. There's no escape for the opponents. I think that is the group, because skeletons don't have 16 hit points each. The skeletons attack. I think I've been doing this wrong. Yeah. I've totally been doing this wrong. Okay. By that logic, because I've killed 3 of them. Or I've killed 3 of them. Why did I roll 3 times? I'm messing this whole thing up. They would have been dead by now. Because they only have 16 total hit points. Alright. 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 I'm calling this... There's no way each of those guys had 16 and they only show 1 line. You know what I mean? To mark off. Because that's how you tally it. Yeah, because it's saying like 8 city guards collective hit points, 5 draconians hit points, carrion crawlers hit points, 3 bats hit points. I think that is the total. All right. Lord Meatbag apparently lets out a heavy sigh of relief. Yeah. That's how I'm playing it from now on. I defeated them 3 times over before I figured the damn rules out. So if you defeat 5 skeletons, turn to page 30. So that's what we're going to do. God damn, dude. Next time I play this, it'll be much better. 30. For my stupidity, I'm going to leave my hit points the way they are and my spells the way they are, because I clearly am too dumb to continue playing this right. All right, that's the end of Lord Patrick's turn. Now we're moving over to Lord Ariakan's, so let's change our screen here. Well, it's the encounter, right? So the entirety of the encounter is that hit point total. And so, yeah, and then that's the other thing. Do you just roll to attack per encounter? Or do you roll to... Hold on. We're going to figure this out. This may be the last thing we do. Combat turn. The attacker chooses any number between 1 and 20 at random and calls it out, without looking at the combat table in the back cover of the book. The defender also calls out a random number between 1 and 20, also without looking at the combat table. Next, refer to the combat table at the back of the book. The attacker reads the numbers down the left side of the table, while the defender reads the numbers across the top. Find the number you call out and scan across the table until you reach the row of the number your opponent calls out. This tells you the result of the combat turn. Example, you, the attacker, call out 12. Your opponent calls out 9. You find 12 on the left-hand side of the table, then scan across the table until you are under number 9 at the top of the table. The defender finds the number 9 along the top column, and staying in that column, scans down until she runs across the number 12. This is an X, or hit, for the attacker. During the next combat turn, you become the defender and read the number across the top. Your opponent becomes the attacker and reads the number along the side. You and your allies will all take your attacks, while your opponent acts as the defender. Then it's his turn, and his allies turns to be the attacker. Continue until one side or the other has lost all their hit points. When you fight monsters or other enemies, you meet in the text. The other reader takes the part of your opponent. For example, suppose you must fight several draconians. The other reader plays the part of the draconians, recording the damage the draconians receive. refer to the encounter table beginning on page 153. It lists all the hit points and damage of the monsters. This is really confusing to me. Draconians. Where are they? Because it's saying the 9 Draconians' total hit points are 37. So all of them together are 37. The Draconians' plural attack does a total of 12 hit points. So yeah, they are attacking and defending as a total. I agree that's a low number for 9 Draconians, but I think it's because of the way that the game isn't doing straight D&D rules. It's doing, the gamebook rules. Because that's plural. The 9 Draconians' total hit points are 37. The Draconians' plural attack does a total. So yeah, I've been doing this way wrong. Okay, now I know at least. That's what I'm going to do. So, I'm correct, says Dale. Dale, you're right. I'm taking your word. If anyone has a problem with it, take it up with Dale. Throwing you under the bus. I just need a little clarification. I'm so used to complicated Advanced Dungeons & Dragons rules, I apply that to everything else. You know what I mean? When clearly this is meant just to be like two friends having fun back and forth, and it's not supposed to be as complicated as Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. Okay, here we go. 87, we're at Lord Patrick. And here is the image that we're doing. To your surprise, the mayor sends only one city guard as your escort. He must really believe your plan to come back. After leaving the grounds of the city palace, you find an empty street where you quietly take the guard prisoner. Listen well, guardsman, you hiss, your hand around his throat. I have no intention of going back to the mayor, so if you have two choices, come with us willingly, or return to the mayor and suffer the consequences of your failure. Is there any reward? The guardsman asks, clearly not frightened of you, even though you could easily kill him. Laughing, you let him go. You tell him that he'll get his fair share of any rewards. However, if he tries any tricks, he's dead. All right, I got a guard with 15 hit points. Nice. His name is Braun. Braun does 5 hit points of damage with his short sword. Awesome. I think the bad guys are going to win this because I didn't figure out this game. When you tell Braun your actual mission, he thinks he remembers seeing an ancient temple and can lead you there. Oh my gosh! That's amazing! Okay, 119. Yeah, dude, the bad guys are totally winning this game. And that's okay because I am also the bad guys. All right. So, Lord Patrick has been facing battles every single turn. This guy has just been chilling. Kind of messed up. 30. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. As the last of the skeletons crumble to the ground, you see that you are at a dead end. The secret passage has led you nowhere. Thank you, brave knight, an eerie voice says. Thank you for freeing us from our cowardice. You're welcome, I guess, you reply uncertainly. A glowing shape has appeared over the bones of the skeleton. We ran from our posts during the cataclysm. We left others dying while we could have helped. We have been trapped here, cursed with our own cowardice, but now you have set us free. To reward you, we give you these. From the glowing shape, you accept a set of bracers of defense. Oh, yeah! The bracers will absorb the first 2 hit points of damage in every combat turn. However, they cannot be worn with any armor except leather. Okay, who's wearing leather? Oh, I didn't write down their types of armor. So it's 1 set of bracers. I think only the Kender is wearing leather, right? She has chainmail. I have plate. So that's basically just for the Kender. So he came down here just to get himself those sneaky little Kender. All right, doorknob. You get bracers of defense. And that gives you -2 hit points every hit. Every combat turn. -2 per combat turn. Per round, basically. We will show you the passage to your destination, the voice continues, and the wall opens up, revealing a stone stairway. If you climb the stairs, turn to page 40. If you backtrack, turn to 59. All right, I'm totally listening to the ghosts. They clearly are happy that I liberated their souls. So why would they not, right? No, the good guys do not have any healing ointment. Clem, the bad guy, does. But right now, we're right here. So, yeah, I would totally make that trade, Thomas. I would totally make that trade. We're going up the stairs, page 40. Maybe we can have some wine with the mayor. All right, page 40. And we're back over to Lord Ariakan. Oh, it's been 1:46. I'm going to go to 2 hours, and then I'm going to stop, and we'll pick it up next time. Let's see. We left off at 119, and here's the image. We're going to get our first combat for Lord Ariakan. Following the Tarsian guide, you make your way through many dark streets and alleys until you reach a gate that opens into a garden. You see that among the flowers and trees are many statues of all shapes, sizes, and races of people. Tall grass grows around their feet. How much further? You ask your guide. Just through the garden here, but whatever he was starting to tell you was interrupted by the sound of many trampling feet. Erupting from behind the many statues and heading right for you is a troop of hobgoblins. Tell the Lord Patrick reader to turn to encounter table on page 153 and run encounter number 25. Okay. Number 25. 153. Number 25. What? Where are you? Hobgoblins. Total hit points 19. Now he's definitely going to win because I know the stinking rules this time. All right. So they have... Where is it? 19 hit points. All right. So they run around a corner. The goblins attack. Their attack is 12 with a defense of 10. 2x. Oh, shit. They attack for 5 damage. That's 10 damage. Wow. Okay, Clem's totally taking that. Because screw Clem. No, wait. I have a guard. The guard takes it. The guard has 15 hit points. Now he has 5. I'm not going to die first. I'm throwing the guard in front. He's useless. All right, now it's our turn. Guard's going to attack first. Attack with a 6. Defend with a 13. Is a miss, of course, because Braun the guard is an idiot. Now Clem is going to smash with his flail with attack of 5, defense of 20. That's a special. A potion suddenly appears in your hand, restoring 8 points of damage. Where was that for Lord Patrick? What kind of crap? All right, well, that's going to heal up Braun, who now is back to 15. Stupid. That was Clem. Now it's Lord Ariakan. 17 attack. 17 defend. 17 is another special. The weapon you are using slips from your fingers and causes 4 hit points of damage to one of your companions. Braun, you're taking it. So he has 11 hit points left now. And Gnarl attacks. Oh, hold on. Does Gnarl attack? Gnarl, hobgoblins. He has 5 damage, or he can use a magic. I'm not going to use a magic spell against these guys. I'm going to do 5 damage. So 17 attack, 2 defend, and that's a special. Wow, I'm getting specials for these guys. That's a number 3. You find an amulet on the ground. It causes you to do double damage on your next successful attack. Nice. Okay. So I'm going to keep that with Gnarl. Amulet. 2x damage on one attack. And then let's see. That's all them. So it's back to the hobgoblins. They attack. 17 attack with a 2 defense. That's a hit. No, that was a 1. That's a special. Special's miss for the bad guys. So now we're back at the guard Braun, who attacks for 4. A defense of 16 is a miss. Clem attacks for 2 with a defense of 2. That's a special. Sweet hell. Yeah, seriously. A Dragonlance appears in your hand. A pack of rats run across your enemy's path, causing them to miss their next combat turn. Okay, I'll take it. Lord Ariakan, 16 attack, 13 defense. Is a special. Oh my gosh. All spells used in this battle will automatically hit. Just in time for Gnarl. All right, Gnarl. Let's see. What can we do to make it hit? So Magic Stone. Let me make sure the damage on this. So Magic Stone turns an ordinary stone into a weapon that will cause 7 hit points of damage if throw successful. So here's a question. Because the magic is to create the stone, not to hit it, does that mean it's successful? I'm going to say it is because I don't care. Plus, I have the amulet that does 2 times the damage for the first attack. So that's 14 if it automatically hits. That means the hobgoblins with a total of 19 hit points just got hit for 14. They have 5 hit points left. Sweet. Go bad guys. And the bad guys miss their turn from Clem's special, so it goes right back to Braun the guard. Attacks for 11, defends for 5. That's a 2x. That's 10 damage from the guard. They only have 5 left. They kill the hobgoblins. Go, Lord Ariakan. All right. If you defeat the hobgoblins, turn to page 41. Man, I was making it so much more difficult for myself. That's ridiculous. Oh, Snikey. That's not a good image for him. Okay. Going back. Maybe this is a little bit of back and forth, right? Like, the good guys now get a bit of a break since the bad guys were doing so bad. Let's see. Yeah, being evil is super easy. We've got to do this more often. All right, 40. Here's the image we're doing for 40. At the top of the stairs, you find a trap door. It poses no problem to doorknob, however. You come out into the streets. Rain begins to pour down on you. You all put your heads together to decide which way to go next. You're sure you must be close to the temple. After all, the skeletons said that they would show you the way to your destination. The street has several old buildings on one side. On the other is a tall stone wall. You are curious about what's on the other side of that wall, but before you can investigate, you see 6 men wearing what appear to be uniforms coming down the street. You assume that it must be city guards, and you hope they'll just pass you by. "Halt! Who are you and what are you doing?" the leader asks as they close in. "We've heard rumors about looters. Perhaps we should take you in for questioning." "We haven't done anything wrong," you protest. "We're visitors to your fair city. All the more reason to take you in." Do you try to escape, or do you go with the city guards? All right. Escape or city guards, what are we doing? I'm going to take a sip of a drink. Coffee, good. It's still early for me here. I got to go work in the yard after this. It's going to be hot. I'm going to try to escape. There's no reason. I'm not going to go. We already know that the mayor is this self-serving punk. A knight mistaken as looters. Yeah, seriously, I'm in armor. I'm in Solamnic armor. But the Kender, he could be a looter. Either way. Let me think about this for a second. Would a knight of Solamnia try to escape? And Tarsis does hate knights. You're right, Sake. Oh, you know what? I think Clem. Oh, dude, I don't know. A knight would not try to escape. He would go with them and clear up his name. I got to do it. I'm going to run with what the knight would do. I'm going to do it. All right. Go with the city guards. Page 60. This is a bad idea, but this is what he would do, I think. Sturm did it. Everything worked out for him, right? Who knows? Maybe I'll run into an elf that'll give me a love stone or something. It was page 60, right? Yeah, it was page 60. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Because I'm going to end it there. All right, I'm going to make updates to my forms so that her name doesn't say Clem anymore. I'm going to add comment areas so that I can add in these little amulets and stuff like that with little notes next to them. And then I think I need to add in alignments and the type of armor being worn as well as little notes here. But what do you guys think about this? Is this interesting to you? Would you watch another one? When it comes to these character sheets, let me show you the other one as well, just sort of back and forth. What other things should I put in here as editable for other people who are playing? Should I add in a note for bad guys? Like, should I add in a field that says, name of bad guy and then hit points and damage so I don't have to constantly refer to the bad guy in the book? On the screen that you're looking at, should I put the combat table so you guys can see that too? I want it to be clean and easy to be, processed, but I also want it to be useful. So, I don't know. Let me know. I'll read these comments after the fact, and we'll figure out about. Now that I know the game mechanics for this, I think it'll be better going through it the second time. I'm just going to be picking up literally where I left off here, so I don't have to worry about it. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I appreciate your time and attention and everything. This, again, obviously, was the first time I've ever played this one-on-one game book, Dragonwand of Krynn. And again, I will open this up to anyone else. If you would like to join me and you have a copy of this book, we can get on Skype and it'll just be our voices and we can run the rest of this. You can choose whether you want to be the good guys or the bad guys, and we'll just go back and forth and do it that way. Alternatively, I'll just keep doing it this way. But it's totally up to whether you guys have a copy and whether you would want to get on Skype with me and do this. But I like the idea of doing these games together with other people rather than just trying to roll them all myself. So because this is, I got it on eBay, Dale, but I got it when it was cheap. I saw a copy up on eBay that's worse than this in shape, and because this was pristine. And it was like $100. It was ridiculous. So I would never want anyone to pay that for these books because I don't think they're that good. But if you can find a cheap copy somewhere, it doesn't have to be in good shape. I'll definitely have you on and we'll definitely do this together. All right. That's it for this stream. Let me get my notes out here. What did you think of the game book? Have you ever been a fan of these choose your own adventure style novellas? And do you have a favorite one? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear it. You can also shoot me an email at info@dragonlance-saga.com. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'd like to once again invite you to consider becoming a patron or member of this channel, and you can pick up Dragonlance gaming materials using my affiliate link, all of which are in the description below. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga, and I hope you'll join me in that celebration. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, Slán Javar.